Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning into Elon News Network's Tuesday Online Exclusive. I'm Cami Banky.
And I'm Paloma Camacho. This morning, former Elon student Lucas Peralta's court date was moved from today to December 18th. He was charged with second-degree forcible sexual offense in the spring. This means a sexual encounter by force. He was released on a $75,000 bond in June. Peralta has yet to enter a plea.
The Student Union Board announced the artists for this year's homecoming concert this morning. Jesse McCartney, Sean Kingston, and Queen 92 will be performing in the Schar Center November 3rd. Tickets are free to students beginning tomorrow, September 26th through October 17th, and must be reserved online through Phoenix Connect. After the 17th, any remaining tickets will be sold for $20 at the Schar Center ticket booth day of. This will be the first concert to take place in Schar Center over homecoming, and Paloma, I gotta say, I'm really excited about this because we're not just getting one artist, we're getting three.
As a first year, I'm very excited. I was told last year they only had one, so I feel very lucky. New today, the death toll has risen to 35 people in North Carolina due to Hurricane Florence, and nearly 70,000 people have asked for federal disaster assistance.
And at Elon, students' reactions to the hurricane have been mixed, and those affected by the hurricane are seeking both help and empathy, as our Megan Lynn reports.
Just think of my family being together, like we having our family dinners every night after school, and just being with them.
When sophomore Margaret Johnson thinks of her home in Wilmington, North Carolina, she remembers boating and trips to the beach. But when she heard predictions that the worst storm to hit the Carolinas was on its way, those warm thoughts she held for home turned to fear.
It freaked me out because my dad, he normally never gets like scared about this stuff. He's like, we know what to do.
While Johnson went to Connecticut, junior Madison Foster was on a road trip to Virginia with friends.
We made a hurricane playlist to listen on the way up and kind of made jokes about it.
During her time away from Elon, Foster wrote an article entitled 15 Thoughts That Flood Your Mind When You Evacuate, filled with jokes about Hurricane Florence.
Other students took to social media to post about their evacuation trips.
Calling them hurrications, pictures of road trips, home-cooked meals, and even Disney World filled Instagram. Some even thanking the hurricane for the days off. While Johnson saw posts from her friends celebrating the hurricane, she was anxiously waiting to hear from her dad, who decided to stay to watch over their Wilmington home, which sits right on the water.
Every time I'd hear from him, it would be one or two texts a day, super long, just updates, and so that would kind of get me through.
President of Students for Peace and Social Justice, Sarah Jane McDonald, says she was disappointed in posts from students making light of the hurricane and blames it on the Elon bubble.
It's easy to be in that silo of I need to focus on myself, my studies, my clubs. The students who were affected directly, it's on their mind every day.
Psychologist and professor Bilal Gander says people don't always realize the impact of their words, and the internet is a breeding ground for this.
You don't have the fear of people reacting to what you say immediately. Nobody would dare say this if I was sitting with you and four others and say, hey, hurricane, this is absolutely not acceptable.
It definitely hurts a little because for someone to think something that could have destroyed everything.
Foster says she didn't mean to hurt anyone who was affected by the hurricane in her article and intended for it to be relatable to Elon students.
I would definitely apologize, but ultimately I made the choice to create the article, and it's my personal belief and opinions.
While Johnson's house survived the storm, she hopes that people who made the comments will open their hearts to the greater community.
It's going to take a lot of effort and people to rebuild North Carolina as a whole to the place that it was.
Megan Lynn, Elon Local News.
If you want more information on how to help victims of Hurricane Florence, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com. Several events are happening this week on campus. Sparks, Effect, Space, SafeLine, and the Gender and LGBTQIA Center are sponsoring Supporting Survivors Week. One of the biggest events they host, Take Back the Night, will be this Thursday at 6:30 p.m. in Whitley Auditorium. Students who have dealt with sexual assault, harassment, domestic, and other forms of violence will be given an open space to share their stories.
And this week is also National Hazing Prevention Week. Sparks is hosting educational events throughout the week. Also happening Thursday, Jim and Evelyn Piazza, parents of Pennsylvania State University student Timothy Piazza, who died as a result of hazing in 2017, are speaking in Alumni Gym at 7 p.m. Be sure to check out elonnewsnetwork.com after the event Thursday for full coverage. September 15th through October 15th marks Hispanic Heritage Month, While this has been a time for celebration, it's also sparked discussions of academic resources and representation for those who identify as Latinx on Elon's campus. From 2012 to 2017, Elon's Hispanic and Latinx student population has grown 3%. Only 7% of Elon's current first-year class is made up of Latinx students, compared to the national average of 19.3%. Sophomore Mackenzie Martinez says that her opportunity and success is bigger than just representation.
I know with me, like, not only I'm like, oh yeah, I want to succeed, like, for myself, like, make myself proud, make my parents proud, but also, like, make, like, you know, that little Hispanic girl, like, who looks on TV and never sees anyone that looks like her, like, I want to make her proud. Like, I'm here to kind of, not just for myself, but I'm also here, like, as a Mexican woman.
You can find the rest of this story in tomorrow's edition of The Pendulum.
That's all the news we have for today. Thanks for watching.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on the air, go to our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, and follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
And make sure to pick up a copy of The Pendulum on stands tomorrow.
Have a great week, Elon.